So it looks like Askale from the Real Housewives of Potomac won't be returning for the new season. And it looks like we know the salaries for the Real Housewives of New York reboot and legacy series. And the Black News Channel just shut down. So that means Cynthia Bailey's husband, Mike Hill, is out of a job. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So before we get into the Askale news, matter of fact, no, let's get into the Askale news, because let's spend as much time as Askale spent at the reunion on this news. Well, according to our friends over at TV Deets, and in their exclusive, they're reporting that Askale won't be returning for the newest season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. As you know, yesterday we reported that the ladies have began filming the new season. We saw photos of Karen Huger, Ashley Darby, and Robin Dixon, and of course Giselle, were out at a park having a conversation. Apparently Robin was yelling. Again, I ask, Robin, who are you yelling at? You're lucky to be here. Well, it was also TV Deets that reported that all of the full-time housewives would be returning, that they all received a contract. No word on whether or not that means they're going to be full-time. But now the news that Askale Davis, who was on the show and who we've had a love-hate relationship with her, although all of you always come in the comments and say, but Kempire, she brought the fashion. If I was looking for fashion in my reality TV show, I can go look for fashion in Vogue magazine or some other magazine or on Instagram. I'm not looking just for fashion to be brought on these housewives shows. You got to bring a personality too. Well, despite Askale being an actual housewife and rumors that she brought a lot this season, it actually fell flat. And here's the thing. I think those rumors may have been true, and maybe they didn't show all of what Askale could have brought to the season. However, even in the special episode where they do show some extra scenes with Askale, I was bored to tears. Askale might be a lovely woman. Askale might be a really great person. And just because you're not great for reality TV doesn't mean that that's a terrible thing. I think that's actually a good thing. So I'm not going to rejoice in the fact that she's not coming back, but I am going to be like, I told you so. And why is Robin back? Well, look, Robin doesn't have pull to keep Askale on the show, but Giselle does. And they actually have a genuine friendship. So it wouldn't surprise me that they're going to try and get Robin married this season. It wouldn't shock me. But I'm sure we're going to hear more about what Robin's season will look like. So this is what TV Deets was reporting in regards to Askale. They said Askale seemed to impress viewers when Robin Dixon introduced her on season 6 of RHOP, but the friend of the housewives will not be returning for season 7. TV Deets can confirm exclusively. They said, according to a source close to production, Askale did not receive an offer to return for the new season when the other cast members did, as they reported just a few weeks ago. At the time, a production insider revealed that Bravo had offered all of the full-time housewives from season 6 a contract to return, but we were unable to confirm Askale's status until now. So according to TV Deets, it says production on RHOP season 7 was set to start in mid-March after contract negotiations, and that is exactly what has happened, with sources telling TV Deets that production arrived in the area last week and that filming officially started earlier this week, Tuesday, March 22nd. But one of the people that we haven't really talked about is Dr. Wendy Asefo. I know a lot of people are like, what about Wendy? What do we know? As TV Deets confirmed, all of the housewives will be returning. We haven't seen any footage of Wendy, but we have seen Wendy keeping busy. Got the candles, she's got a lot going on. But Wendy will be returning for this new season. But here's the thing, Wendy, and I know you're watching. We need something else this season. I don't know what it is that we need from you this season, but we need something else. We need something else. I don't know what it is, but just be yourself. Just be yourself. I don't know if that means being the Thoughtlandia version or the newscast. Whatever is true to you, be that. And maybe we can fall in love with you this season. We shall see. Well, in other news, the Black News Channel has closed. The Black News Channel, which Honestly, I don't really watch the news like that unless it's pop culture news. They shut down their doors yesterday at 5 p.m. The Los Angeles Times broke the news the day after an email was sent to employees that they would not be getting their payroll checks on Friday. Really? We can't even get our last check on time? Majority stakeholder and Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Khan had invested about $50 million into the Black News Channel. But audience and revenues failed to meet the company's hefty cost structure. He decided he couldn't keep throwing more money at the operation, which had 230 employees, mostly people of color, the Times story said. If you didn't know, some of the star people that were over there were Cynthia Bailey's husband, Mike Hill. I'm not worried for Mike Hill. I know a lot of people are like, uh-oh, Mike's out of a job. Cynthia's out of a job. Cynthia's been keeping busy. As you know, she was on Celebrity Big Brother. She was on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She has all those side businesses, and she was in a Lifetime movie. So they know how to hustle. And I won't be surprised that Mike Hill will pick up a job somewhere else. But this is not looking good at home. Lord, that's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate. You know, for something like that to happen and for it not to survive. I believe it was launched only a couple of years ago. But since we're talking about the Housewives, let's talk about the Real Housewives of New York reboot. As you know, Andy Cohen, in a Variety exclusive, announced that he is going to reboot the Real Housewives of New York and more than likely start a new series called the Real Housewives of New York Throwback or Legacy. We had a whole conversation about that. I'll post a link to that conversation in the description of this video. However, all of you have been like, okay, who do you think should be on the Real Housewives of New York Legacy? Well, if people read the article, Andy said his focus was the reboot. The reboot. So this new series that might come to Peacock or to Bravo, or Peacock first and then to Bravo, like they've been doing all these shows, that's not the focus right now. So everybody's speculating on, you know, who's going to be on the slow your roll. Well, Radar Online posted a story this week talking about how Luann and Ramona and Sonja won't be returning for this Legacy series. I don't even think that's confirmed. This is what media does, though, but we'll run with it. They are not even thinking about Legacy yet. However, this is what Radar's reporting. They're saying for the reboot, and this is part of the reason why I think Bravo is doing this, they could pay these new housewives far less in comparison to what they were paying the OGs. And if they bring the OGs to another series, they can pay them less there. And that seems to be the intention. According to Radar Online, they want to pay these new housewives in the reboot $70,000 for the entire season. Let that sink in, because I know some of you are like, well, that's not that bad. Well, in comparison to $1 million for a season, $2 million for a season that some of these housewives have been reportedly making, Andy, in an interview a couple of months ago, said one of the things that he didn't want in that Housewives book or people to discuss were the salaries. And I think that's because of how the salaries have been drastically changing in recent years. But I always think it's so interesting how they want to cut the housewives' pay, the women that are doing the hard work of making these shows. However, they want to give Andy Cohen another series for his failing series, Watch What Happens Live. You know, I had to slip it in there. So back to what Radar is saying. They're saying they want to pay the reboot ladies $70,000 for the new season, for the entire season. And for the ladies that would join the Real Housewives of New York Legacy, they want to pay them only $100,000 for the entire season. Mind you, some of these housewives made that for just the reunion. Just the reunion. And yes, I saw that, you know, Bethany Frankel took to social media to say that this whole news of the reboot and Legacy series is boring.
It's a long story and it's very fucking boring. Jesus. Like, fuck.
Bethany, you're doing so many amazing things with your own business, with Ukraine, with your charity work. Why even take the time? Why even take the time? Because honestly, I don't think it was boring news. For the very first time, Bravo did something that I thought they would never do, and that was wipe clean one of their cities. Although I do believe their intention in wiping this situation clean was so that they can avoid the race issue that they were having with New York. Bravo, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. We literally said we're watching you about this Ramona situation. So instead of trying to figure out how you can do this show without Ramona, you said, you know, we're gonna ignore that and start new, and just that'll be our way out. It's the privilege for me. So Bethany not coming back to Real Housewives of New York legacy. Word on the street, Luann and Ramona and Sonja probably wouldn't be returning for that as well, because the pay is just way, way too low. So who do we have left? I saw a picture someone posted of the women that they possibly could bring back. There's a reason we don't want them. The only person I believe that would end up coming back, and it might be the anchor for a legacy show, would be Dorinda. And Dorinda, technically, I don't think Dorinda needs the money, to be honest. I think she likes doing the show. I think she has a good time doing the show. Who knows? Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on Askale not coming back, besides the fact that you're going to miss her fashions. What do you want to see for this new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac? They're going to have to add a new friend of. I wonder what that will look like. I've seen a lot of different names over the last year, so who knows? Were you watching the Black News Channel? And if so, why do you think that it didn't connect with viewers or advertisers? And I don't want to even ask you who you would cast for the Real Housewives of New York throwback or legacy. I want to know your thoughts, guys. Let's continue the conversation below. And as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.